Welcome back to another episode of Rock Boys Football. The Miami Hurricanes are heating up on the 2024 recruiting trail. Less than 24 hours after landing commitment from Jojo Trader, they go out and land another blue chip prospect in Artavius Jones from the state of Florida. And Mario Cristobal made it pretty clear that in this 2024 cycle, he's going to be targeting the top defensive linemen in the country. And we've been saying for a while, just wait till Mario. Just be patient, Miami fans. The blue chip guys will be coming in, and that's exactly what is happening. Artavius Jones is a guy that we haven't talked a ton about on being on Miami's radar, but Miami was always lurking, and they land the commitment. And this guy's film is an absolute blast. We're gonna get into that, and then talk about some potential other targets because the dominoes seem to be falling for the Hurricanes. But before we do, just want to say thank you to you guys, and especially the Miami fans. We've been talking a ton of Hurricanes football, specifically on the recruiting trail. You guys have been absolutely awesome with all the support. Can't thank you guys enough. Almost 7,000 subscribers on the channel. We appreciate all the support and you guys rocking with the boys. So if you do enjoy the updates, consider subscribing to the channel. Appreciate you guys. Let's get into Artavius Jones. And again, one of the premier defensive linemen in this 2024 class, 6'3", 280 pounds. You're going to see on the film somebody who should not be as athletic for how big he is. I mean, you see him playing tight end, you see him playing at the edge, you see him playing inside, but what you see the most is just how powerful this dude is in terms of getting into the backfield. He's twitched up, he has strong hands, and I mean, I could talk for days about how impressed I was, but we're going to dive into it right now because again, this is a very exciting cat, and I'm excited to get into this one. First thing you're going to see is just he is an elite at getting off the football and just super powerful. Now, 6'3", not necessarily the biggest frame, but what does that allow him to do? Keep a low pad level and really get in the backfield. And you're going to see him blocking as kind of an H-back tight end. And this dude out in space, moves so cleanly. And you're going to see that on both sides of the ball, right? On the defense, you just see him getting off the ball really well, getting into the backfield, really just causing havoc. And on the offensive side of the ball, you're going to see a legitimate, explosive, elite athlete in space who also, I mean, is a dominant blocker. I don't think you're going to see him on the offensive side of the ball in a Hurricanes uniform, but here, this is the one. This dude can move. Get him on a little tight end screen and look at the big dog go. He can actually get going in space, and you're getting a guy that I think he's powerful enough at the point of attack to take on double teams and be kind of that run stuffer. He probably gets up to around 300 pounds. But that being said, he's also going to be a guy that's going to be elite in the pass rush, which I think is big. So many times you see these defensive linemen who, they can take on double teams, but when it comes to third and long, you got to take them off the field because they can't really contribute in the pass rush. Tavius Jones is going to be a guy that can get after in the pass rush. Again, a little tight end work, very good athlete, good hands. He just checks off all the boxes in terms of raw athleticism. You see the power in his hands. And this one's good too because he's got some smarts to him. Sees the screen, plays the football, and look at the big dog get after it in space. Again, you guys can go check out the rest of the highlight tape. I extremely encourage you guys to do so because he's a very fun watch. But I want to get into what this Miami class is starting to look like, right? You're climbing up the board. A couple weeks ago, we were talking about Miami outside of the top 25. They land. I mean, the last couple of commits they've had are some big names, right? Jojo Trader beating out Ohio State for one of the elite playmakers in the country. Marquise Lightfoot, another win against Ohio State. Kevin Riley going up to SEC territory, going into the state of Alabama, taking away one of the best running backs in the class. You obviously have the long-term commit Chance Robinson, Elijah Lofton. They're starting to get those blue chippers into this class. Now, I'm not sure if they're done yet. I want to take a look back, and we've been talking about this for a while, just being patient, right? You're still in it for a guy like David Stone, Colin Simmons, Dylan Stewart. I wouldn't say Miami has the inside track on those guys, but a guy like Aiden Breland, I think he's been a priority for Mario Cristobal. We talk about one of the more dominant defensive linemen in the 2024 class. It's Aiden Breland. He's made a lot of trips to Miami, I believe 2 or 3, all the way out from Mater Dei in California. He's very interested in this program. I wouldn't be surprised if he's at the top of the board for Mario Cristobal and this Miami staff. A couple other guys I want to talk about. LJ McCray. I think you're battling out Florida State for LJ McCray. He is a coveted defensive lineman. And you talk about Artavius Jones in the boat. and getting Aiden Breland or LJ McCray or both, you're suddenly looking at that elite defensive line group that Mario Cristobal has kind of been pounding the table for. And looking back at some of these guys on the visit list, like they've had a ton of talent. This is kind of what we said all the last couple of weeks when Miami's maybe lost some recruiting battles that have stung a little bit, is they've had elite talent on campus the whole month of June. They're going to land some of these guys. And Artavius Jones is just an example of that. Now, a guy that we haven't talked enough about that I want to show some love to, Zaquan Patterson, another guy from Chaminade Prep. Like, and again, you just landed Jojo Trader, another guy right in your back door. Zaquan Patterson's a dude that I know Michigan's in it. I hope he goes to Michigan as a Michigan fan, but it does sound like Miami is kind of in the driver's seat with that one. He's been on campus a lot. Not sure when he does commit because he said he kind of wants to extend this process a little bit. Didn't really take all his official visits in the month of June, but he's another guy that because he didn't take the visits, we haven't been talking about. Top 100 dude at that safety position, who's another just elite prospect for the Miami Hurricanes. And I don't think it's crazy. Like, we talked about what this class is going to look like. I don't think it's crazy that come December, we're talking about a top 10, top 8 class in the country just because of how many guys they've had on campus. And we've said this a lot. If Miami can kind of put it together on the field this year and show that the U is kind of coming to be back, like that's when the spatula season, you get the spatula out and you might start flipping some of these top guys who are clearly in on Miami. They don't take their official visits to Miami, all that talent. They're not taking official visits to Miami if they're not interested in that program. So if Miami can just improve on the 5-7 record, go 8-4, 9-3, show that they're going in the right direction. You stack that with the 2023 class that they landed. I think you could see some late commitments for the Miami Hurricanes or just some straight up flip commitments as well. But nonetheless, like we talk about recruiting being a momentum game. The Miami Hurricanes have a ton of momentum, landing 2 top guys in the last 24 hours in Jojo Trader. Now Artavius Jones, if you're a Hurricanes fan, you got to be fired up. Again, appreciate you guys checking the boys out. If you do enjoy the content, consider subscribing to the channel. We appreciate you guys a lot, for real, the Miami fans. You guys have been awesome, and we'll talk to y'all later.